Hi folks, how you doing? Morgantium here, hope you're all well. Right, going to be looking at another two tanks from Freemax. We're going to be looking at these, and these are the Freemax Starre RDTAs. Now this is the 26mm one. It works about 25.6 millimeters in diameter overall, and it holds 5 mils of e-liquid. And then the other one, we've got the Freemax Starre RDTA Mini, which is 22 millimeters in diameter and holds 2 mils of juice. So yeah, 5 mils, 2 mils. I've got a few of these tanks, and Monica kindly sent them on from Freemax, same lady that sent me the Starre Pure. So yeah, we're looking at these. I've got it on the iJoy Luxe here, being a large tank, although it's not tall, it's quite short. Very attractive, very simple. That's my drip tips on here. Don't know what I've done with now. They come with a standard sort of white and black Freemax drip tip as usual, but because it's a nice flush top, you can basically take your more elaborate and personalised drip tips. This is a third eye drip tip and fits on lovely, like so. Yeah. Currently rocking the 9 South Vapes Kings Only in it. One of my all-day favourite juices at the moment. I love Kings Only. Raspberry shortbread with that sort of hint of coconut. Very nice. Really nice in the Freemax Starre RDTA. Right, so we'll just go into close up, show you what the tank comes with. I'll show you the build I've got in that one. I've got a 0.2 22 gauge Canthal. Yeah, just Canthal build in the tank and vaping really, really well. But anyway, close-ups. Right, let's look at these tanks then. These new Freemax Starre RDTAs. We have the 5mm RDTA and we have the 2mm RDTA. Let's open the 2mm first. Got sleeve on the box. This signifies that it's the black tank. Your base, you can see it's a velocity style base. Do it yourself. Thank you for purchasing Starre RDTA tank. You'll be reading that. You've got your scratch and certify down here. QR code. Designed and manufactured by Shenzhen Freemax Tech Co. A plain little box. Slide open. Right, and inside we have our 22mm 2mm Starre RDTA tank. Freemax in the bottom. You've got two cycloptic airflow holes in the bottom. They don't spin all the way around, they lock. Nice resistance to them. Yeah, they're a good 15mm in diameter and probably 2.5mm in height. I've got a silver one out actually to build on. That's the silver one. You can see the AFC a bit better there. You've got the wide airflows in the bottom. Starre RDTA Mini. There's your basic velocity deck. Your cotton goes into here. It's very simple design. Said really well built velocity style. There's your airflow for under your coils. You've got an adjustable 510 pin in the base. It adjusts right out. So you've got good connection for your hybrids as this adjusts out. I'm actually going to build this and put it on my Noisy Cricket. Put a series build in here. Put that over there. Right, back to the black tank. As I said, this is a 22mm tank. Very simplistic. Top filling. You unscrew the top like so. Two very large juice holes to fill your tank up. There is no juice flow control in this tank, but I've never ever had leaking. When I go to fill it up, I just shut off the AFC, shut that off, fill it up, put the cap back on, and as I put it back on, turn it upside down and then open up the airflow to let any pressure, any air release. But I've never had any leaking from this tank over the past 2 weeks. Take the base apart. Right. There's the deck on this one. So the deck's not painted, it's 304 stainless steel in your chimney section. There's no dome in there, it's quite a flat top in there. This just pushes off to get washed. Those O-rings are very tight up top. There's no way the juice is going to leak out of there. So no machine oil smell from this. Very clean. Quick rinse and you're away. Pops back on like so. Base screws in here. Put your top cap on. There we go, all locked in. It's a very nice little tank, very small tank. It's 22mm in diameter, so the Mini, 22mm in diameter, and it is 51.5mm in height. So it is quite a small tank. In the box you also get a spare glass. You get some organic cotton. You get an Allen key, some spare O-rings, some spare screws, and some competition coils, which I've not used yet. A couple of coils. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on building the silver one. Put that away. Right, I've also got a manual. Here we go. Gives you the sizes as well. So you've got the Starre RDTA tank, the 5mm one, and as you can see, in diameter it's 25.6mm and 53.5 in height. So the Mini is quite considerably smaller. Thermal insulation drip tip, which I don't like. Top cap, which is flat, brilliant, means you can put your own drip tips on it. Your tank section and your base. Just instructions on how to build it, put your coils in, how to fill it up. Both tanks are exactly the same. You know, the 5mm tank and the 2mm tank are identical. I've got this is 25.6mm tank here on top of the iJoy Limitless Lux, and it looks really nice on that because it is a wider tank, so it fits nice on the iJoy Limitless. Right, let's put a build in the 22mm. I want to go for a series build because I want to put it onto my Noisy Cricket. So I want to go for sort of 0.8 using 28 gauge Canthal, and off we go. Right, got my wires ready. Make sure that the grub screws are out. Well, not right out, just enough that I can get the build in. Right, pop the first one in.
like so. It's going to be a very simple microcoil build, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy at all, keep it simple. Just make sure it's over the airflow hole. Right, there's our first coil in. So reading at 1.8, 1.9 ohms. Nice. Little rocking series. Right, that's our first coil in. Let's go for the second coil. Cut these wires first. Come on. There we go. Position the coils in place. To one side. The reason I'm taking my time is because it's a 28 gauge Canthal, and the Canthal can be quite brittle and snap. So don't over tighten your grub screws. Right, you'll have to start again. Position it over the AFC. Not the tidiest build in the world, I'll admit. What I'm doing now is just checking the coils, pulsing them, so they glow nicely from the inside out, like so. Getting them buried in. They look good. They look very good. Just tidy them up a bit. Okay then, so I've repositioned the coils. They're in place. They're now coming out at bang on 1 ohm. So it's 1 ohm, ideal for a series box. I may have put one coil on too many, but I did count 8. Give them a pulse. They should be glowing equally. Yes, there you go, nice and even. So time to wick it up. We've got some new cotton here. Ivy UK premium cotton. Hashtag juicy one. Yeah, let's open it up, try it. Ooh, that's nice cotton. on the side. Sorry, excuse the camera's mount's not very good. Okay, so after a bit of camera repositioning, let's get a little bit of cotton in. Did I bring juice with me? I don't think I did. I need to get some juice. Lovely, just a little bit of resistance. Now these cotton tails need to go right into the base. One. Two. 3 and 4. Oops, just trim that away. There we go. Back with some juice. Right, got some juice, and the juice I'm going to be using is Psycho custom made e-liquid strawberry milk. This is available for Crazy Vapes and from Psycho e-liquids himself. It's 70 VG, good cloud chasing juice, and strawberry milk is my favourite. I do love strawberry milk. Big thanks to Aaron Palmer for sending this stuff to me. It's a real high quality e-liquid for a good price. I just wet these wicks down. Tuck them in, like so. There's like little grooves in the deck there that the cotton just tucks into. Now Freemax are calling this an RDTA. Of course, when I first saw it, I was like, it just looks like a standard RTA, but there's no juice flow control. The juice goes straight into these cotton wicks, fed in by gravity. So, you know, in theory it is sort of an RDTA, dripping tank atomizer. I've been using the 26mm one now for 2 weeks, and I've really enjoyed it, to be honest. Really enjoyed it. Right, that's our cotton in. Let's get the rest of the tank. Pop it on like so. Yeah. Trying to fit it on properly. Yeah, helps you actually get it straight onto the threads. And it just screws down dead easy like so. That's awesome. And then you can see the cotton at the bottom of the chimney section. So it is almost like a dripper. You got a lovely big airflow at the bottom, stainless steel, that horrible drip tip. It's a good sort of 6mm airflow through there, that's why I love the third eye drip tips, because they're a push fit. They don't restrict the airflow at all. I can find one. There we go. There we go. There's a third eye drip tip. As you can see, it's push fit, very thin. So as you pop this onto your tank, actually, that looks really nice. That looks really nice. You get a good airflow from in under the coils, bringing that beautiful flavour and vapour up. And let's juice it up. We want to fill this up. We want to close off the AFC, take the top cap off, fill the tank up with juice. Remember, it only takes 2 mils this tank, so it doesn't hold a lot of juice at all. So this tank is TPD compliant.
for Europe. And sadly, the 26mm one isn't. It's good. There we go. As we tighten that down, flip it over, open up your airflow, and tighten it down fully. So it helps let any air escape. There we go, fully tight. Pop the one drip tip on it. It's the only part of the tank I don't like is these drip tips. The rest of the tank I love. It's really well built, it's really well put together. There's no machine oil. The threads are all really, really good. You've got that adjustable 510 pin. And it's a two-stage 510 as well. This unscrews so you get adjustment for your pin on your device, but there's a fixed 510 inside, so that screws into it, so it's very good design. And that is a 2mm version. You see the cotton really well. Right, let's get this ready to stick it on the Noisy Cricket. 1 ohms, right. I'm using this kit that I got from Modmaker UK. Rick Grove was supplying these. It's a big grotty actually, it's copper, solid copper. So I'm going to screw this onto here. I mean, I know that the Starre RDTA Mini does have an adjustable 510, but I bought this for a reason, for safety. And this kit also comes with a new switch as well, a much nicer, easier throw switch. If I can find batteries. So, positive down, positive up, pop this onto the positive up, and pop this onto the negative side. So there we have the Freemax Starre RDTA Mini on the Noisy Cricket with the Modmaker UK. It's a Fat Daddy kit. I think it's Fat Daddy USA that make this kit. Right, we've now got the Freemax RDTA Mini on the Noisy Cricket with the Fat Daddy safety kit basically on the Noisy Cricket. Looking rather nice. These safety kits, this switch and 510 adapter are available from Modmaker UK in the UK. Mr. Rick Grove, who's a member of the Ideal Ohm Show. Very intelligent gentleman. Got some fantastic kit on his website. It's really, really good advice. But that looks really nice. Really nice. Really nice setup there. Now, if we take a look at the 25.6mm RDTA Starre from Freemax, I've got a build in here at the moment. It's a 0.2 ohm Canthal 22 gauge. I'm going to strip out the cotton and clean it. I'm not going to rebuild it, I'm just going to strip the cotton out of it. Give it a clean. The good thing with these tanks is that that's still full of juice. And you can take them apart and re-wick them where there's still juice in it. Right. Where's mine? Actually, to be honest, I'm really impressed with that build. That's 2 weeks I've been using that build. 2 weeks. Not that burnt at all. There we go. So I've taken the cotton out of these very manky coils. Time to give them a pulse and a clean. Right, all I'm doing with these coils is just giving them a couple of pulses, clean them off. The 0.35mm in diameter.
They are 5 wraps, 22 gauge canthal, and it fits perfectly in this very large deck. It's a good 20mm diameter deck overall. Well, I'll go and give this a rinse in the. I'll give this a rinse into the sink, and then come straight back. Right, so after I clean and freshen up, it's back up to 0.2 ohms in resistance. Time to get some cotton in there. I'll use some of this IV UK premium cotton again. There's the lid. IV UK premium cotton. Bit too thick. There we go. Don't want it too tight in there. It's exactly the same as I'm doing with this that I did with the 22mm RDTA Starre. Just a bit more space to play in here. Oops, didn't like that. Nice. Get that trimmed off. Pop some tweezers. Just feed it into the holes in the base of the deck. That's where I'll pick the juice up from. Right, I've got my Kings Only from 9 South Vapes, available from UK USA Eliquid Company in the UK. Vaping Boutique, Red Hot Vaping, all these shops stock the 9 South Vapes. I think Rydale Vapor stocks it as well. It's one of my favourite e-liquids. Raspberry shortcake with beautiful coconut sort of after inhale. Really, really nice. I love it. Very Moorish. Very Moorish. Get it off like so. Here we go. That did need re-wicked, and pop it on top. Catch the threads, and that's it, dead easy, that's it together. And then close this off, open up top cap, right, let's take you. The good thing about this tank is it holds the 5 mils of juice, so I get quite a bit of good vaping out of this before it goes dry. Not used the 22mm one yet with the 2mm capacity. I imagine on the Noisy Cricket it's going to drain pretty quick. bet it looks good. Yeah, filled up. Again, same thing. Cap on, slowly tighten it down, and then flip it, open up your air seat, and then tighten it off completely to stop it forcing any juice out of the device. There we go. I've got juice around the top. And that's the 25.6mm Freemax Starre RDTA back together and filled up. Where's my Lux? There's my Lux. All done. Right then guys, that was the Freemax Starre RDTA and the Freemax Starre RDTA Mini. Let's go back up and vape the both of them and tell you what I think.
Okay then folks, that was the Freemax Starre RDTA Mini on Noisy Cricket and the Freemax Starre RDTA, the 25.6mm one. Now I've been using this one now for a good 2 weeks. I have been using this, and that was the same build I've been using for the past 2 weeks. And got it as 0.1, 70 watts. Oh. It is an absolutely fantastic vape. I have to admit, it is a really good vape. Very smooth airflow, extremely smooth, not too noisy a tank. You saw the build that I put in them, and you know, easy to build, a velocity style deck, very easy to wick, you know, shoving the cotton into the bottom channels, and I've had no issues with leaking at all with either tanks. This is a really good RDTA, I have to admit. When I heard that Freemax were going to move away from building their sub-ohm tanks and designing an RTA, I was like, okay. And they asked me if I was interested in reviewing them. So they did, they sent me a few of them to play with and try out, and I have to say, they're very good tanks. I was a bit... When I saw the label and I saw the RDTA and I took it apart, at first I thought, well, it just looks like a standard RTA. But actually, the way that it wicks and it sort of refills, and the way that the juice goes straight into the cotton and straight into the deck, it is, yeah, it's definitely a type of hybrid. And I think Freemax have done really well in designing these tanks. As I said, I've been using this now a fortnight and I love it. I do love it. Get out. Don't like these. Don't like these at all. These heat insulation drip tips that Freemax package with them. I'm not a fan. It's more an aesthetic thing, really. I just, the third dye drip tips fit perfectly on, and they look really, really nice. They look really nice on this tank. I just got that bit extra airflow as well. Oh, flavour is absolutely brilliant, and the vapour quality is really, really good as well. So that's a 25.6mm tank, this one. Now, moving on to the little Noisy Cricket with the new 22mm RDTA Starre Mini. Now, I've got that 1 ohm build in here. Two 18650 batteries, and series is working about 8.4 volts, and that's what's that in amps? 8 amps, I think. It's basically coming out the same as that. It's 70 watts, this little thing. So here we go. lot stronger with flavour. The flavour is much, much stronger, but it is a smaller tank. Yeah, if you want a flavour chase, then you go for the little 22mm mini. Wow. And because it's a 1 ohm build that's on this, it's not too hot, it's pleasant. Not too hot at all. I like that. I like that juice. Both tanks look brilliant. I think it's a really good design. It's short. It's, you know, it's very plain. There's nothing fancy about it. You've got that sort of knurling up the top to help to take the top cap off for filling, but the rest of the tank is very plain. It's very simplistic, and it works. It works really, really well. Dead easy to fill it up. Dead easy to build on it. Beautiful that you've got that adjustable 510 pin. The airflow doesn't spin right round. At least it locks. You know, it's either on, or you know, it's off, or you can adjust it sort of halfway. Really good resistance on the airflow down the bottom. Very nice. Can you lung hit? Can you, sorry, lung hit? No. Can you mouth to lung on this? Don't know. Let's try. Let's shut it down. Tiny little hole. Oh, yeah, you can. Mouth to lung with a little 22mm is nice. Very nice, actually. Just pure flavour. Yeah, so you can mouth to lung with these tanks. So overall, the Freemax Starre RDTA Mini and the 26.5mm one. Okay, the 22mm Mini, you've only got 2 mils of juice capacity in that, but we're going to have to get used to that, aren't we? Sadly. But I like it. I do like it. My preference though is the larger 25.6mm tank because it looks really good on my larger devices like the iJoy Lux from Limitless, or something like the Sigeli 213. Fits nice on there. It looks good. They both look very good. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, subscribe, tell everybody. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you all soon. See ya.